Welcome to Dark Whispers AI, where we dive into the world's most chilling and unexplained mysteries. In today's video, we're uncovering one of the most baffling events in modern aviation history, the disappearance of Malaysia Airlines Flight MH370. It's a mystery that still haunts the families of the 239 people on board and the entire world. Section 1. The Last Flight. March 8, 2014. On March 8, 2014, Flight MH370, a Boeing 777-200ER, took off from Kuala Lumpur International Airport, heading for Beijing, China. Less than an hour after takeoff, at around 1:20 a.m., the plane suddenly lost contact with air traffic control. The final words from the cockpit were, "Good night, Malaysian 370, and then silence. Initially, it seemed like a routine flight, but what followed would become one of the biggest mysteries in aviation history. The plane disappeared off radar, and for over 6 hours, no one knew where it was. This was the start of one of the most intense and baffling investigations in the world's history. Section 2. Theories and Speculations. Theory 1. The pilot's involvement. One of the most chilling theories is that the pilot, Zahari Ahmad Shah, may have deliberately diverted the plane. Investigators found that the plane's final flight path appeared to have been manually altered. Shah, a seasoned pilot, may have had control of the plane for hours after contact was lost. But why would he do this? Some believe that personal distress, including marital issues, could have been a factor, but the mystery remains. Theory 2. A mechanical failure. Could there have been a catastrophic failure on board the aircraft? A fire, loss of cabin pressure, or equipment malfunction could explain why no distress signals were sent. One of the most significant factors here is the absence of any immediate calls for help from the pilots. This theory suggests that something went terribly wrong on the plane, causing it to veer off course, and the crew was unable to communicate. Theory 3. Hijacking or terrorist attack. Another theory revolves around the possibility that the plane was hijacked, either by terrorists or a criminal mastermind. However, there's no concrete evidence to support this. The absence of any demands or claims by hijackers only adds to the intrigue. Could there have been an unreported hijacking incident, and if so, where are the perpetrators? Theory 4. Alien abduction or extraterrestrial involvement. Some far-fetched theories suggest that the plane was abducted by extraterrestrials. While this may sound like something out of a science fiction movie, the unexplained nature of the disappearance and the lack of physical evidence have led some conspiracy theorists to raise such questions. But how likely is this theory? The lack of any conclusive evidence makes this theory highly speculative. Section 3. Search efforts. A global investigation. After the disappearance, a massive search operation was launched by over 26 countries, covering over 120,000 square kilometers of ocean. This search, which became the most expensive in aviation history, continued for years without any major breakthroughs. The investigation was hindered by numerous challenges. The aircraft's black boxes, which record critical data during flights, were never recovered. Without these, the search was left with fragments of wreckage and very little to work with. In 2015, pieces of the plane, including a wing flaperon, washed up on the shores of various islands in the Indian Ocean. This confirmed that MH370 had indeed crashed into the sea, but the mystery of where the main wreckage lies still remains. The search focused on a remote area of the southern Indian Ocean, known as the Seventh Arc, based on satellite data that suggested the plane's final position. However, despite scanning tens of thousands of square miles of ocean, the wreckage of the plane has not been conclusively found. Section 4. The ongoing investigation. The investigation is still officially open. The Australian Transport Safety Bureau, ATSB, has released several reports and continues to gather data, but many believe that the mystery may never be fully solved. The disappearance of MH370 raised questions not only about aviation security, but also about how aviation technology, such as radar tracking and satellite communication, can be improved. In 2018, the ATSB declared that they had no new leads and recommended that the search be suspended unless new evidence emerged. However, in 2020, a private company, Ocean Infinity, resumed the search in a bid to uncover new clues. In 2021, a new theory surfaced suggesting that MH370 might have turned back because of a mechanical malfunction that may have caused the pilots to lose consciousness, and the plane continued flying on autopilot before running out of fuel. But this is only speculation, and the plane's final moments remain shrouded in mystery. Section 5. The families. A heartbreaking search for answers. The families of the passengers have never given up hope. Despite years of uncertainty, they continue to demand answers. Many of them believe that the full truth is being withheld, and they are actively pushing for further investigations. The emotional toll on the families is immeasurable. They are not only faced with the loss of their loved ones, but also with the frustration of not knowing what happened to them. This sense of unresolved grief is something that continues to haunt the relatives of the 239 passengers and crew members. Conclusion. The mystery of flight MH370 is far from over. The plane's disappearance remains one of the greatest unsolved aviation mysteries of our time. The question is, will we ever know the truth? Perhaps one day new evidence will surface, but until then, the families of those on board must live with the haunting uncertainty of what really happened that night. If you followed this story, let us know your thoughts in the comments. What do you believe happened to MH370? Could it have been a simple mechanical failure, or was it something far darker? Don't forget to subscribe for more chilling investigations like this.